Coach, give us the rundown of your triage unit tonight. Who's out and who's stepping up?
Drew's out, JJ's out, and Fave is out, and Kendrick is out. Other than that, everybody's fine.
You pulled up Zylan Cheatham from the G League. Is he pretty much depth, or would we possibly see him tonight for some minutes?
Don't know that. Could possibly do that. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, we brought him up for a reason. If we get shorthanded, we'll play him.
Where is his game at? What are the scouting reports you've heard out of Erie?
Oh, I think he's been good. He's a real energy player. Very good athlete, and he brings a lot of energy to the game. So if we have to use him, we will.
Coach, the way the team's playing now, is this a byproduct of all the trials and tribulations that you had late October, November, when you're talking about guys trying to figure out their roles and trying to find their standing, what they're doing in the team?
Well, yeah, I think so. I mean, you add 9 new guys to a team, and it's a new system for all of those guys, and we have guys that are very similar in some ways, and some that play the same position. So it's kind of a trial and error situation where you have to go through and see the combination of guys that work best together, and see the guys out on the floor that that can play well in certain situations. So it just takes time. You can't have 9 new guys on your team and think everything's going to click right away.
Do you have any sense of how significant Faye's injury is? Or?
Don't have any idea. I don't. It's one of those situations where you just be evaluated every day, and we'll see.
I think that Jackson said in his post-game interview with Jen yesterday that wherever Lonzo goes, we go. Is it accurate to say that, or is it a good sense of like when Lonzo is on his game, this team plays well when he doesn't?
We play well when he's and he's played well really. The last couple of weeks he's been really good as far as pushing the pace of the game. He's been really good at creating shots for guys, and then he shot the ball well when he's had his feet set. So I do think that he dictates the pace, and when we have good pace, our assists are usually up, and when we get into the 30s in assists, we played pretty well and had some success, I think.
Who do you move to the start for JJ?
Hadn't decided that yet. We went going back and forth, but we hadn't decided it yet.
You're 5-2 in back-to-backs. What's been the secret? What's the formula for success when you're up against a test like this?
I think we have depth. Obviously we have a lot of guys injured, but I think we have depth, and guys have really kind of stepped up on those second nights. We've tried to really shorten the consecutive minutes played and get guys out earlier than we normally would, but it's worked for us simply because we have been deep, and I think the guys have stepped up when we've tried to play them.
For those of us here in Boston who aren't there every day, what is the latest?
She did it. She did it. She was a little reluctant, but she did it. No, I think he is progressing fine, and he's been through a few practices. The problem we've had is that we just hadn't had an opportunity to practice. We practiced before we left, and basically on this trip, we have no days to practice. So he does, player development workdon't and things like that, and he is progressing. I mean, there will come a time where we'll stick him out to play, but we don't have any exact dates. We really don't.
Are there a certain number of practices you want him to get under his belt?
Not so much the number of practices, just to see him move and feel real comfortable about putting him out there.
What's been the difference with Brandon over the last 3 games in particular?
I think in general, he's put in a lot of work, and I think he said that last night. I mean, he and Lonzo both have put in a lot of work on their shooting. They put in a lot of work just in general on player development stuff and free throw shooting and all of that. And I think it's paid off for them. But, they're there before practice and they're after practice. And, both of those guys want to be great players. And I think if you put in the work and you see the work paying off, then, they just work that much harder. So I've been really pleased with what they've brought to the table and how they've played and what they've done from a whole team standpoint. Good job.
Sorry about that.